Have you ever sent a picture to a friend through text and had it not only take forever to send, but then when your friend does finally get it, it's a blurry mess?
Well, a lot of that comes down to the fact that if you're using text messages, not iMessage or Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, etc., but actual normal text messages, you're using a system that hasn't really changed since the 90s.
Well, with Google's announcement earlier this year that they will be helping to bring a new service called RCS to Android devices, that's all finally about to change. So in this episode of Decodr, where I break down a new piece of tech every week, let's talk about what RCS is, how it'll benefit everyone, and how to get it. Firstly, RCS stands for Rich Communication Service, and it's essentially a new protocol for how text and multimedia messages should be sent and received on mobile phones. Instead of SMS and MMS, short messaging service and multimedia messaging service, which is what you're currently using to send and receive messages over SMS and photos and videos over MMS, you'd start to use RCS, which uses your phone's data connection instead of the cellular network that SMS and MMS use to then send your messages.
Now, what are the benefits to switching to RCS? Well, first off, you'll get rid of the 160 character limit on SMS. Now, you may not even realize that there is such a limit because most modern phones, when you send a long text message, will actually break it up for you, deliver it all together at the same time. But remember that one time that it kind of came all out of order? That's because of that 160 character limit.
It'll also get rid of the file size limit on multimedia. This is the cause for the issue I brought up earlier about your photo taking forever to send and then showing up super blurry by the time it does. The MMS system has limits on file sizes, so the giant file sizes your camera phone sends nowadays get compressed to hell in order to be sent. Instead, RCS will technically allow you to send full resolution images, videos, GIFs, and other forms of multimedia. Beyond that, it'll also allow for some more instant messenger-like features, like seeing when someone else is typing in real time, getting immediate read receipts, group chats that don't suck, video and audio messages, transferring of files, etc. Now yes, a lot of these features might sound super familiar to a lot of you guys. In fact, about 97% of you are familiar with these features because that's a statistic of the number of smartphone users in the world that use an alternative messaging system at least once a day. iMessage, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Line, Telegram, WeChat, and the list goes on of alternative messaging apps that people use to communicate with each other instead of regular old text messages. All of these services use a similar concept of sending content over your normal data connection, and because of that, most of these services already have the features that I just mentioned. So with that said, you might be wondering if you use these services, why you should care about RCS at all. Well, if you're outside of the US, you probably already use one of these alternative messaging services as your primary messaging app. But here in the US, where text messaging is still heavily popular, it might finally give Android an iMessage equivalent. See, a robust messaging experience. I say Android because regardless of whether you're in the US or elsewhere, if you have an iPhone, you're automatically using iMessage to communicate with any other iPhone users by default, which again, has all the benefits of RCS already. You only switch to the old SMS service when you talk to a friend with an Android phone. Hence the dreaded green bubble problems. If RCS was ever to finally catch on, it could actually give Android a proper iMessage competitor and change the way Android handles messaging forever. And if Apple ever does decide to enable it on iPhones, which they could do, it would actually make those green bubbles work a lot like the blue iMessage ones do. Now, there is a lot of debate as to whether Apple will do this, but we'll talk about that more in a sec. So, what's the delay and why hasn't this been done a long time ago? Well, it's complicated. RCS actually started back in 2007 when the first concept of it was formed. A year later, the GSMA, an industry association, adopted it and began to try and form a better standard that they could then promote to OEMs, carriers, etc. It took until November of 2018, a decade later, that the protocol was finalized and more importantly, standardized and called the Universal Profile. The issue then was that even though we have a good standard at that point, the RCS system still requires handset manufacturers to build it into their messaging apps, of which there are a lot, and the carriers to add the service to their servers, etc. And it just seemed that none of them really cared enough to do so. That is until Google decided to rock the boat. Back in June, Google announced that they were using Jibe, a company that they bought, to release their own RCS system based on the Universal Profile. And later that month, it was available in the UK and France to anyone that has the Google Messages app, which can be downloaded by any Android user from the Play Store. All of a sudden, the big 4 US carriers started to pay attention. Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, and AT&T announced in October that they formed the CCMI, or Cross-Carrier Messaging Initiative, and are going to work together to bring, quote, a single, seamless, interoperable RCS experience across carriers, both in the US and globally, end quote. Their timeline for this is simply in 2020. Google, however, isn't waiting for this, thankfully. Google just announced that they're going to start rolling out RCS on their own servers for all Android users in the US. All you have to do is use their Google Messages app and wait for a notification in the app asking you to upgrade to Chat, which is Google's branded name for their RCS service, and you're good to go. If you want to check if you already have RCS on Google Messages, or if you missed the notification, you can simply open the Play Store and download the latest version of Google Messages, then open Google Messages, tap on the 3 dots at the top right, tap on Settings, tap on Chat Features, and you'll either see a "Your carrier doesn't support chat" message, which means that the service isn't available yet and you'll just have to wait for the prompt, or you'll see options in here to enable it, whether you are connected or not to it, and some feature options. Now, Samsung is also reportedly working with Google to add RCS as well to their native messaging app, but at the moment, there's no time frame on that. And then there's Apple. As I mentioned before, iPhones currently do not support RCS, and frankly, I don't see much incentive for them to support it, sadly, as iMessage is one of the biggest factors in stopping iPhone users from migrating away. Regardless though, there are some reports on the web saying that they might be persuaded to by carriers, the GSMA, and other industry players, so hopefully that'll come one day and make the green bubbles at least function way better than they currently do. But you better believe that they'll continue to add more and more features to iMessage to still differentiate it and then promote them as the better option regardless. And there you go, what RCS is and how it's going to update an over 2-decade-old service. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video. Also, let me know in the comments another topic that you'd like to see me decode on a future episode. Always appreciate hearing from you guys. As always though, regardless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.